What is up, guys? This is Prince Pyramid, and we are back at it. We're out here on Askiy Ridge doing a little elk hunting, and we're going to talk a little football. There's a lot of news, but I want to focus on one thing, and that's the University of Alabama. So let's get into it. Before we get into Alabama, let me go ahead and reset some time to elk. Set it to about 6, so it's bright enough. We don't have to hunt in the dark. That should do it. We'll head up here to start at the main lake. But all right, guys, let me try to set the scene for those that don't know. Alabama is one of the winningest programs in college football. 2 years ago, they were coached by the greatest coach in the history of college football. Last year, they had some growing pains with the new coach, but still had a decent season. And going into this year, Alabama was supposed to have refound their identity and have one of the most talented rosters on paper, according to the media. This is what they reported. The identity and the talent was brand new and national championship caliber in Tuscaloosa. And they were going to open the season against Florida State. Where's Florida State been? Well, they got screwed out of a playoff spot 2 years ago. Then everyone at Florida State left, either went pro or transferred. So last year Florida State was 2-10. 2-10. Mike Norvell was 100% going to get fired. He was on the hot seat for sure at 2-10 at Florida State. And they entered this season with a starting quarterback that got benched last year at Boston College, talking shit to the biggest power in college football at Alabama. Because Castellano said he was going to 100%, they were going to handle Alabama, and Nick Saban can't stop him. Nick Saban's not coming back to save them. So you have to think in your mind that all that shit talk is going to get you annihilated by a more talented team. Well, that didn't happen. Not only did that not happen, Florida State did not get annihilated. They dog-walked the annihilator. They killed Alabama. And Alabama looked soft. And Alabama looked disinterested. And Alabama looked like a pre-Nick Saban Alabama. All the talent, none of the give a shit, no pursuit, terrible angles. They didn't care. There was no pride on that team. Don't see any. That's a decent elk. He's not a 5. That looks rare. It looks like an albino. We'll take him after I check out the rest of this. But back to Alabama, they were a soft, no pride. And where does this come from? It's got to come from the top down, right? You're going to emulate your captains. You're going to emulate your players, the guys that are supposed to be leaders. So the best player on Alabama's offense is Ron Williams. Have you seen the pictures of Ron Williams recently? He's Caleb Williams. Nails painted before a fucking football game. He brought an emotional support stuffed animal to Doak Campbell Stadium. Of course they kicked your ass. Of course they did. You had it coming. You weren't ready to get in the trenches and play football. And Kalen DeBoer, I don't know. I know that we're in a day and age of NIL where you don't have as much of a say-so over the culture of your program. You don't have as much of a say-so over the players because they can just leave and they're millionaires. But I cannot imagine a player playing for Nick Saban showing up with an emotional support stuffed animal and Nick Saban not cutting the fucking kid. I can't see it. Let me pick this elk up. I'm pretty sure he was albino, and that would be our first albino. Let's go. And every time I get an albino, I've been getting the diamond later that day. It happened with the Rosie. It happened with the Rocky. So hopefully that trend continues. And we finally get a diamond Manitoban elk, but we'll keep hunting. And we still got more to address when it comes to Alabama. So let's go find us a new map. All right, guys, so we're like maybe an hour or two after that albino, and we did just find a level 5. So we're going to try to sneak up on this guy and get a decent shot. He would be my first diamond Manitoban elk. And I guess we got to finish up on Alabama, and here's the dilemma for Tide fans, because I know that they're ready to get rid of Kalen DeBoer, and I don't blame you. Here's the problem with that proposal. The buyout is going to cost you in the realm of $63 to $70 million. And in today's college football, when you have to field a roster of 4- and 5-star recruits to compete for a national championship, and you got to pay those kids now, you don't have the money to just throw around $70 million to buy out Kalen DeBoer. I'm sorry, you don't. I can speak from experience. When I was at Auburn, they bought Gus out and they brought in Brian Harsin, and then we were saddled with Brian Harsin for about 2 seasons past his expiration date. That dude was awful. Hold on. Let's get a good shot on this guy. Oh, yeah, that was double lung. But you can't just afford in today's day and age to buy out Kalen DeBoer. So unfortunately for Alabama fans, you're probably stuck with this. And that's super unfortunate. They're a rival team, but they're also a team that I grew up with in state. So I have a lot of sympathy, especially since a lot of the kids that grow up now that are Bama fans don't remember what life was like before Saban showed up. And they're probably about to get a little taste of the Shula era, I think. But let's make sure this guy made it. He had a great estimate, so he's almost guaranteed. Let's go. Another diamond off the list. I knew as soon as we got that albino that we had a really good shot of getting the diamond today. For whatever reason, that has happened every single time. Shot a little high, but we did get double lung, so we will take it. We're going to text this dude, put him beside the albino like we did our other elk, and we are done hunting elk. And we're getting close to done with Askiy Ridge as a whole, but man, I'm glad to have this guy finished. I had a couple 5s troll, but if the rack goes far back and it's flat, that's usually the troll rack for these guys, I find. Well, let's go ahead and take him back to the main lodge, and I'll show you guys him beside the albino and the other elk, which are also diamond albino, because that's just the way it has always worked out. So time to do a little bit of trophy maneuvering. We're going to have to move some stuff around, but we did, because I like keeping everything together. I'll show you guys what I meant by the diamond albino. So there's the diamond Rosie, albino Rosie, diamond Rocky, albino Rocky. So now we just got to move some stuff around. So let's go ahead and take this guy down. Yeah, that's how we'll do it. We'll do it like that. Put the piebald red deer there. Put our albino there. Take this guy down for our diamond. All right, and I guess we'll delete the golds now. And I guess some final thoughts on Alabama. Guys, it's a cultural problem. Not just Ron Williams, obviously, but it's the lack of pride, the lack of care that you see in these players today for the Tide. And it shows in the fact that you lost 4 games to unranked opponents in 2 seasons. Saban lost 4 times to unranked opponents his entire time at Alabama. So something has changed, and to the fans that aren't used to this, you're going to have to get used to it, because $70 million at a time where you got to have a roster of kids that are getting paid what they have to get paid to compete, you're stuck with it. And before Saban got there, they were a mess, and I think they're headed back to being a mess. But you guys let me know in the comments section. Also, final look at the Rocky, Rosie, and Manitoban Elks. We have all of them in diamond and all of them in albino. And I think with that, I'm done for the day. I'm going to wrap it up. So until next time, guys, I've been Prince Pyramid, and everybody Have a good one.